Good morning, my name is Darnik and welcome to my top 5 solo world monsters to make some fat bank gains in 2021. Now, RuneScape is a MMORPG, but a lot of players stick to solo content. It's kind of why Iron Man mode is so popular in this game. And in this video, you'll learn to make loads of GP from soloing monsters. Now keep in mind, this is my personal list of what monsters I kill for GP, and I'm ranking them from easiest to hardest, so the GP might scale differently than the ranking I give them. Also, in the description of this video, I'll have a link to the wiki's gear setup for each boss, so make sure you check that out before heading in. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into number 1. Now the first monster on our list is a level 230 blind beast, the Giant Mole, and he occupies the tunnels beneath Falador Park, so you're going to need a spade and a light source to fight him. The Giant Mole is kind of an older boss, so he really only has one mechanic, and that is after you get his HP down below 50%, he'll start to burrow, and when he burrows back up, he'll randomly pop up somewhere in the tunnels. And this is where the Falador Hard Diaries come into play. If you have the Hard Diary completed, there'll be a giant arrow directing you to his new location. And without this diary, I can't really recommend you even attempt to kill the boss. It's just going to take too long and you're not going to get many kills per hour. Now personally, I use the Darok method. Get to some low HP, the rock cakes or the locator orb, and just start swinging that great axe and smack them all the way up to 90. But if you can afford that T-bow, it'll greatly increase your speed and you'll get a lot more kills per hour. Now, like I said, although the Giant Mole is an older boss in Oldschool Runescape, he's still a good one for his consistent GP per hour. His main drops are the Mole Skin and Mole Claws, and this is where the majority of your money will come from. Also, if you have the Elite Diary finished, these are going to be noted, just extending the length of your trips. And after doing some testing myself, I averaged between 900k to 1.1 mil GP per hour. And I will have to note, the boss is extremely packed currently. I had to hop between almost 10 different worlds just to find a free one, so try to not do it during peak hours. Alright, the next monster on my list are a favorite of high level players' alternate accounts. These are the Rune Dragons. These bad boys will bring in a steady 1.2 million GP an hour, and these are great for people who are working from home and want to make some GP on the side without needing to pay much attention at all. All that being said, they do have some pretty high requirements. 90 plus all melee stats and the completion of Dragon Slayer 2 are required just to even fight the dragons. But with full Justiciar and a Dragon Hunter Lance, I was able to comfortably look away from my screen while killing them. These are an absolutely fantastic low attention money making method, and although recently they have started to get pretty packed, that doesn't really matter because all the drops are alchables and I don't ever see them going away from that 1.2 to almost 1.4 million GP per hour mark. The next dragon on my list is extremely popular, almost to the point that I left them off the list entirely. But they are a super easy and consistent money making method if you can find a spot for them, and these are the Brutal Black Dragons. Now, requiring 77 Slayer to kill, these are probably the lowest requirement monsters on my list, but in my opinion, definitely not the easiest. If you look away for too long and one spawns and starts meleeing you, it's lights out. But if you can glance back to your screen every 5 to 10 seconds and keep that prayer up, these are great for some chill coins. And with good gear and 90 plus range, you can get anywhere between 900k to 1.2 million GP per hour. Next on the list is the best GP per hour money monster on my list. It boasts the most consistent GP per hour in the game, and it has some pretty high requirements and a steep learning curve. But once you master the boss, you're going to be getting into the end game fairly quickly after that. The monster's name is Vorkath, the Prophet Dragon. This level 732 undead dragon literally prints money into the game, and with an extremely overpowered drop table, you can expect anywhere between 2.7 to 3.2 million GP per hour, depending on how fast you're killing it. Also, this dragon counts as a blue dragon, so you can kill it on task for some great Slayer XP on the side. I highly recommend learning to do Vorcast so you can rake in that easy money. Last but certainly not least on our list is the one and only Zoro. A highly controversial boss on release, Zoro was the Prophet Snake before Vorcath had even become a thought, printing literally billions of gold straight into the game. High-level players attacked this boss non-stop for years and dropped the price of almost all of its items. That being said, currently killing Vorcath still holds almost 2 million GP per hour if you have the great gear. And Zoro to me was extremely hard to learn, way harder than Vorcath. That's why it's higher on the list, obviously. And it has 4 different rotations that all will attack from different spots with different prayers needed. But once you have that down, it becomes mindless after that. And Runelight's Zoro Helper changed things big time for me while learning. Definitely recommend checking it out if you've never been to this boss before. And if you're an experienced PVMer and you already have a T-bow, then Zoro literally just prints AFK money for you, as the snake's high magic level will be used against it with the T-bow, allowing you to use range only. Now, the Prophet Snake has been in Oldschool Runescape for a long time now, and it is one of its staple bosses. And with lower requirements than Vorcath, it's definitely a good boss for a mid to low tier high level account. Thanks for watching my top 5 soloable monsters. If you all enjoyed, make sure to destroy that like button for me. It really gets the video out there for others to see. Also, I'm thinking of doing a team version of the same style of video for raids, etc. If you all have any monsters you want featured, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.